And here we go with the V7 flat 9 chord, our favorite chord in flamenco, which in fact is the main chord. In this case, I will use the Scriabin scale from the flat second of such V7 flat 9 chord. Sounds as follows. We do have the fifth note of the chord, of the V7 flat 9 chord there as a target note or landing note. But anyway, listen how it sounds. 7 flat 9. use of the Scriabin scale from the flat second of a 5/7 flat 9 chord. This is especially relevant for flamenco. All of these usages are relevant because Paco de Lucia, fortunately, he broke those old blind barriers there, which were there. We can say that when harmony became stagnant in flamenco, which was all the time, Paco came and destroyed those barriers. And now we are able to explore over new venues and give much more possibilities to the thing. Now, of course, we have to remember this is a class of harmony, and it's a class of harmony for the level advanced 1, which means level 7th, unless you have done the other 6 levels, beginners 1, 2, and 3, intermediate 1, 2, and 3. It's very unlikely that you will get the whole thing all straight together, because there is a progression to understand harmony. We need to know what a chord is, first of all, what the Andalusian chords are, which are the substitutes of those chords, which scales we could use to describe those chords. Because the whole idea is that Paco had this emotional contender to play something which describes the chord in a way that sounds flamenco, and that can be done with any scale. He did with the whole tone, which is most unlikely flamenco sound, so-called, you can never think, but he used it in a way, as he used every scale in a way, except pentatonic scale. He did not use that. It was a bit against to that, but that's another thing anyway. The thing is that you can use any scale in flamenco contemporary and use it in a way that sounds like flamenco, but that's up to your knowledge and the way you can use it. Obviously, that doesn't happen. There is no formulas here that by pressing one button you get the sound. You need to explore the thing, know the fingering, know where to use it, practice on the supervision, know what the remate is, what is the basic aesthetics of flamenco there. Anyway, the beginning of these videos of the series, I played some phrases there which do have the Skype scale for you to see how this can be used for cante flamenco embellishment, or to play a solo, of course to compose a piece. And this is most malleable scale. In fact, here we see that it has, in total we have 5 usages for minor chords, from the 4th of the minor chord, from the flat 2nd, from the flat 3rd, very suitable for a 4 minor with the bass of the flat 2nd in our Andalusian cadence, and also from the flat 6 and from the flat 5 of a subdiminished chord, which means 5 usages. And then we have 1 for major chords over the 2nd, and then we have 8, close to 8 use. Let me see. Yes, we have 8 ways to use it for dominant alto chords, from the 1st, from the flat 2nd, from the flat 3rd, from the 3rd, from the 4th, with this exceptional thing of having the major 7th on it, describing a dominant chord, which is a very contemporary stuff. And then we have from the 4 augmented, and from the flat 6, and from the flat 7. So no scale in the world ever, like, you know, this composer Scriabin was a genius between the genius. So that's why Chick Corea and these very evolved people, harmonically, musically, are studying Scriabin music, and they took from him so many ideas. Hopefully we can also do that. In fact, Paco said we need to explore every territory which is possible to explore and see what is there. Just like when you are searching gold or diamonds or something in the mine, you need to excavate there and see what it is there. So it will come maybe first just dirt, or not what you are expecting, stones, or I don't know, but the thing is that first you need to do this exploration, and this exploring things, this is the territory. That is why Paco de Lucia did what he did, and that's why he kept saying that we need to go into the realm of improvisation and understand what the stagnant parrot stuff of falsetto playing is. Falsetto playing is nothing but parroting, and more sad than that is that it will be also parroting done. If it's taken as the all in all, it becomes just parroting, which is also notes made by others. This is not even your own creation, but you're playing notes made by someone else. So that's not the Paco de Lucia style, obviously. In fact, he didn't say, if you practice my albums and play it like classic music, which I never did, by the way, because this is another thing, that Paco never played one piece twice same. He never played actually the version of the album version live, because he always switched things, changed phrases, changed notes, changed intentions, changed order of the falsetto, etc. You know that already. And for those who do not know, I will post the description of this video, the videos on which you can see him saying that. So the point is that you can create your own music inside this thing and learn from Paco what we can learn from him, and now then you can develop your own personality. You're not copying anything either, because actually that's why great masters of music existed before, and the proof of this is Scriabin, because he lived 42 years only, and of course I think he died in 1915, so more than 100 years ago. His music is still ultra avant-garde thing. You can see that this scale, which I am very thankful to Leonard Bernstein for this, because it all happened that how we came up with this scale of Scriabin is that I made some series in which Leonard Bernstein explained also about the sophistication of folklore and how great music comes out of the whole content of music in the universe or in the planet or whatever you want to say, and everything has an origin. So Paco de Lucia used whole tone, but from where did he took that? In minor melodic contemporary usages, from where did he took that? He took it from Chick Corea and from McLaughlin, and from whom these two other composers took that. Obviously from Debussy and from the Impressionist composers. Debussy was the first one who included this whole tone thing. The tritone has a very deep implication into music, into modern music. It's very important to understand these things deeply and not superficially, and therefore these videos here are for advanced level, right? This is for advanced 1 at least, and we're just talking of how to use it raw, this chord with this scale. But even to understand that, we need to know harmony, otherwise you don't get this, because this is just like, look, if you try to understand a music lesson beyond your level, it's the same like if I, for example, I like chess, and now try to analyze a puzzle or something. You have to answer questions about a chess game of level, I don't know, 2800 rating, like champion of the world rating. And now those guys who analyze these things, they are also very high rating to talk about it and to understand the nuances. Otherwise I don't get one thing, I just see the pieces there, yeah, but the real thing is that you cannot jump over the gradient this way with the level, because then otherwise it's like if you try to analyze a great master chess game and you only have played in the Starbucks there with friends. No, you cannot understand the games of Mikhail Tal or the Carlsen games, or I don't know, Bobby Fischer or other great chess players with that meager knowledge. You need to study, right? So harmony is also same way, right? Some things may seem strange, but are not really. Once you have knowledge and you study the thing, then you can do everything. Otherwise, this will be just not good. And of course, the rationalizations come to the mind. Many people will say, well, after all, that is not flamenco, or this is a Russian composer. What does have to do with this? You can say anything, but the translation will be, I cannot understand this material, and I feel bad that I am an ignorant. Therefore, I have to say this nonsense. Like, what does it have to do this with that? Ask Paco de Lucia what it has to do. It has to do everything. That's why Paco include their foreign elements to enrich this music, which originally was folkloric only. And I will quote, because Paco said this exactly, that this music does not belong anymore to the cliché way that we think it belonged, but actually this is part of all humanity, and in fact it's a very deep and very beautiful thing to study. So we will continue doing more, and this is the initial thing about the harmonic features of the mystic Scriabin mystic scale.
Pablo, Paco, ¿qué es para usted la música popular y qué es la música elitista?
Yo creo que la música elitista es el refinamiento de la música popular. Por ejemplo, el flamenco. El flamenco originalmente es una música popular, la música del pueblo de Andalucía. Pero creo que ya no le pertenece más al pueblo, porque de pronto habemos gente que nos hemos pasado toda una vida encerrados, puliendo esa expresión popular. Entonces ha llegado a un nivel en el que el pueblo ya no tiene acceso, sobre todo a los matices que vamos consiguiendo la gente como yo, que nos pasamos muchas horas elaborando esa música.
What Paco is saying here is that originally flamenco, though it was a popular music, not anymore. Now it's an elitist music, and it does not belong anymore to the folks, to the people of Spain or of Andalusia. He is saying it himself here. So there's no, it's a blow for the kitsch tradition, but that's what it is. And here you have Paco himself saying it, so it's beyond doubt that that was what his conviction was, and the fact that the flamenco is not anymore accessible. People who is ignorant in the matters of harmony and subtle nuances of music cannot access what is the modern flamenco music.
Me ayudó porque descubrí ahí la improvisación. La improvisación es algo que yo pienso que cada músico del estilo que sea, del clásico, del flamenco, de cualquier otra música debería aprender, porque la improvisación te da mucha libertad y a la vez te da mucho conocimiento de dónde estás tocando, de cómo estás tocando, de qué armonías están en cada momento, ¿no?